Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle Blooming Kangular from CZT Tomas Padros. This is a neat one. And, I'm just going to draw one large one on this tile, and you'll get the idea. You can do so much with this tangle. All right. We're going to start off with a number of V's. And let's see. I'm just thinking, okay, actually, let me start from what looks like close to the center. And finish that one. They don't have to be straight. You can have fun with this. My hardest part was, I think, doing this first part. So, like I said, you're just doing a V. Then find one of the lines, essentially aura it. It doesn't have to be perfect like that. And then you're making another one, and then you just continue that process until you've come around back to the beginning. This is probably, that's wide, which is okay. Not a bad idea to kind of slow down a little bit when you get towards here, just to kind of measure, okay, where do I need, it's like, for instance, that's too big of one. So it's like, all right, well, let me divide that and, make it fit. And then after doing them, of course you get, a little more practiced and stuff. Okay. So there we go. Next step. Because I say you can, expand some of them, if they're a little uneven, but at the same time, it doesn't matter, because there's no such thing as a mistake in Zentangle, and you'll have a good result regardless. Okay, next step is we're going to draw another V going the opposite direction. Now these can be as, you can have fun with these. They don't have to be real tall. They don't, same thing, they don't necessarily have to be real straight. Depends on what you're looking for. I have been enjoying making mine a little bit, quite a distance above. And when I'm looking at Thomas's work, his, they kind of, are like maybe just about here or so, not too much, further out than the little spokes. At least on some of them. I mean, that's why I put in the description section, and I highly encourage you to take a look at it. The links for more inspiration, so you can see right from the creator of the Tangle's hand, in the samples that they provide. What their vision is, and then it's up to each of us to, to play with it and have fun with it and put our own little flares on it. Okay, so once you're done with that, then all of these little ends, we're going to essentially close off this triangle. Now, playing with it, if they're close, that's great. It ends up, as you will see, making a design as well. But I'll show you samples of ones that I have done, and even if they weren't even, you still can get a really great result. And I share that because sometimes we worry a lot about if we're doing it right or doing it wrong. Just doing is good. And playing, it's all good. Now, one thing I do want to mention at this point, so as you're filling these in, if you're trying to make them even, because we're filling it in, it's a great opportunity to, like this, I just stretched that one up a little bit, and because we're filling it in, it disguises the fact that you might have adjusted a little bit. That's why I call them course corrections. All right. And as you can see, it's kind of taking on a, um, from just filling in these little triangles, you can see this hexagonal shape emerging. And these are like, whether you want to consider them petals or leaves, they're pieces that are poking out of, like this little pocket. And it's just a really, really cool tangle. All right, then I'm just going to put one little straight line, but then as I'm coming up, to where I want it to finish, I'm picking up the pen so it tapers off instead of it just being, a hard line. Now, you could, if you wanted to, add a couple extra and have fun with it. Also noticing on Tomas's samples, there are other things you could do, like, draw, an orb in the middle, draw lines, coming out the sides. The decorating part is the decorating part that, if you've been watching my videos, and if if you've done Zentangle and, watch other CZTs, you can just have fun with the decorating. So let me show you some of my samples, because again, today is Thursday. Thursday means it's, at the time of this recording anyway, it's Thursday evening, and we had a couple Tangle Time sessions. These are free sessions that I do every week. And if there's a holiday or something, I usually will move it to another day versus missing a week. We have a lot of fun. Would love to have you join us. You can find information for that in the description section. My website and stuff is in there, so you can take a look at that. Would love to have you join us. I have the camera angled, so then these all looked a little warped. There we go. But yeah, so this one, I did one in the center, did several. And then we paired it today with another one of Tomas's tangles, Oasis. And if you're following the tangles on a regular basis, these Quickie videos, that was what I did yesterday. But I thought that would be a nice pairing. I like to have sometimes things that are angular with things that are not, and it makes for a good pairing. And added some therefore in the background with some blue jelly rolls, because it's here in Michigan. We've just had a wonderful batch of sleet, ice, and now snow. And so I thought, well, you know what? Let's just, we're going to enjoy that here in a tangle. That turned out pretty good. This was one of the things that Tomas had done on his samples, is to put little lines in between it. This one he had little balls on the end. I'm like, well, that's a great idea. Oh, and I had a string line that I put down the center diagonally, and I wanted to play with, we were playing with the concept of, do you do a line like this first and then put the blooming Kangular around it? Jury is still out, but that's what I had done here, and it worked out pretty well. And then this one, it was just, again, more fun, and this one I wanted to try to kind of line up some of these, so it's really neat that it gives this impression of a path, and when you get them kind of lined up like that, and it's just, I don't know, it's really neat. We love Tomas's work, and had a lot of fun with it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, would love a the thumbs up or a like. Feel free to share it. And if you're not yet a subscriber on the channel, would love to have you be a subscriber. That is, of course, free. And do check out my website, and we have a nice Facebook group community going, and would love to have you, take a look at that. If you enjoy tangling, would love to have you join us and join us live for a class. I do both paid and free classes. They're mostly free. But anyway, all the information is on my website, and would love to have you join in on the fun. And with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.